I've never been really good at trading while at work, and that's something I've had a lot of trouble with. Good morning, traders. We're starting the day on the balcony of the place I'm staying at in Hualien. This is another cold day, so I'll try to dress appropriately. Now let's get started with the sushi lunch. I really went all in today with 10 sushis, but they all look super good, and for the price, it's like... One thing that really astonishes me is how fast time goes when you work and travel at the same time. I feel like I kind of just arrived here and I'm leaving in 2 days already, so I'm gonna have to make the most of it. But even 2 minutes after leaving that sushi place, I came across this restaurant, like just on the side, that serves these kind of sticky rice balls. And I had to try it out because I only have 2 days left and I didn't want to miss it out. So check this out, this is only 35 Taiwanese dollars. Let's try it out. It's quite good, but I'm not a super fan. It's fine. Let's keep walking.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada. 可以哦，可以哦。他是加拿大人。你要知道，你想知道。
People are so friendly here. This guy at the restaurant starting to ask me where I'm from and everything. Cool, wonderful. This is what happens when you walk through different streets and you come across a lot of cool things. Like this railway right here, it's just like an old railway. And it's like a kind of park right now. It's pretty cool. Take a look at that. Wow, this railway really goes a long way. Look at that, it's all arranged like a place to walk. It's really cool. So I came across this kind of place area that looks like old factories or something similar, and now it's kind of turned into a museum. There's a few coffee shops around here. It's really quiet. The buildings are surely not brand new, but they're still good to look at and interesting to check out. So I was just walking around. I'll try to head back on the main street and see if I can find some coffee. I think this habit of drinking coffee in Vietnam and even in Hong Kong is kind of tough to get over. It's incredible. But yeah, coffee is like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Perfect. I didn't see any coffee shop in Taiwan so far. That's pretty cool. And just about 6 p.m. I just got out of the coffee shop. It's been a great session of work this afternoon and I got a lot of stuff done, which is great. This is really funny. I was thinking back today at a time where I was working and everything, and I had this like kind of job in a big company in a distribution center. It was mostly kind of an internship, but still paid, so still count as a kind of job. I had this kind of habit to, whenever I had some free time, either at like lunchtime or whatever, or early in the morning before starting to work, I would look at the chart and like look at my trade. And turns out there was a guy at that job too who was interested in trading, and he was like just starting out, thinking he could get rich really fast. And he was also looking at his trade during the day. As you guessed it, the supervisor or the boss didn't really like that, and he was like He was expecting us to work really, really hard. Of course. So as you can tell from this, I've never been really good at trading while at work, and that's something I've had a lot of trouble with. Simply because at that time I used to think that I would have to be watching the chart in order to get more money in the market, and I didn't really understand how that was working. Funny enough, as I started to work on things that I like to work on, whether it was sometimes at school, which was not often, or working on, let's say, my podcast later on, I was much less tempted to look at the chart, and that was much easier for me to just place my trade in the morning, go away, and let the trades run, which is pretty much what I do now. Now, the point of this is not to tell you don't trade at your job, because if you're at your job or even at school and you have a trade that respects your plan, you're much better at taking it, and it's going to be probably more productive than your job or school if it respects your plan. If you're just trying to find setup and make money in the market, and you might as well not look at the chart the whole day. So depending on what your strategy is like, try to select times where you're going to be able to look at the chart, and those could be like at noon or in the morning or at night at the end of the day. Like, don't pick times that are against your work, because that's going to be bad for you, and over the long run you're probably going to get fired or whatever. They're not going to be happy with you, and that's not going to work. Because think about the fact that your job is there to help you get capital to trade better and to trade more in the future, to be able to go faster to full time. If you get fired in the beginning because you place trades like all throughout the day and you have your charts open from 9 to 5, that's not gonna work. Now, I didn't try this out, but perhaps talking to your employer about the fact that you're trading, this is your passion, what you want to do, and you might be placing trades, it might be a good idea. Might be something that you can try. And if he says no, well, it's kind of bad. Here I have no solution. But if he says yes and he understands, then great, that's awesome. He's going to be able to understand that you have other passion and that you want to pursue those passions. By experience, my trading results are better when I do something during the day and I have like just enough time to place my trades. If I'm sitting around and doing not much during the day and I try to look at the chart to spot more trades, that's usually a bad thing to do, and I usually end up with more bad trades overall. Now these days, I'll admit that this is much less of a problem. I've come to a point where I'm able to not place trades, to know what is a bad trade, and to not pull the trigger when I feel like I could make money but it's not part of the plan. I've been to a time where that was more hard, and being busy or working on something I love was kind of forcing me not to look at the chart. And I really felt great at the end of the day knowing that I did something meaningful, that was interesting for me, and that kind of has a beneficial impact overall. And once again, I think one of those tiny little streets that it's quite weird, but that's alright. We'll be safe. Oh, check this out. This is a powerful skill you develop when you travel a lot. I was 100% sure I was lost and I didn't know where to go, and I just took some random street and I get right next to the street where I live. How wonderful is that? But before I go in, I really need to grab something to eat. I'm a little bit tired of these restaurants. They always have like big portions. I think I'll need a kitchen soon.